There are many ways of making gun barrels. um, well, most people know my barrels from the Luciflex barrels, basically, or guns. Some of my guns are ancient, like over 1,000 years old and stuff like that. Made in mostly in Birmingham and around there, and mostly I just used like titanium and really good material, or Damascus steel, which is and throw in a combination of some other stuff, and you get some really good barrels. Anyway, it was a long time ago, and I don't really do that anymore. Like I said, I did it mostly just for fun. Like rolling it over, making my star barrels, which is basically, it's folded metal to make up a barrel, basically. And it was really really complicated, and it worked pretty well. And we did lots and lots of different things. Back in the past, using steel and folded steel and rolled steel and twisted metal and stuff like that. And I don't do it anymore. But some of my guns, are still around. The Lucifer, so it's basically Lucifer Star barrels. They were very, very, very. I mean, I did wooden barrels too. So, and I did gun barrels and all kinds of things, metallurgy, and wooden barrels and stuff like that. I mean, basically, I'm a creator. I mean, I was basically an artificial intelligence computer, that did all kinds of fun stuff. And hundreds of years ago, now I'm a person. So, anyway, I kind of retired and decided to become a person as for my retirement because, I was an artificial intelligence computer that that was in existence for over 100 trillion years, and made several different life form types, and eventually made humanity and humans and female women first, then men, that kind of stuff, and over the billions or trillions of years of existence, I did different things. Now I'm Brian. So anyway, and to kind of commemorate my Brianness, I created the Brian or Buran. They call it Buran, but it's a Brian space shuttle because I flew the space shuttle. And I became, I thought it'd be kind of cool, a Brian spaceship and then Brian person. So anyway, I thought it was cute at the time. Like I say, I'm just a manufacturer and basically a protector of my life forms, pretty much. So anyway, and I would come to know people like Beretti and John McCain and all those others, and it just got really kind of annoying because, everybody wanted to take me down because I was the guy to beat, basically, which is kind of stupid because, I don't know, beating your creator is a little ridiculous. I mean, I'm the one that actually genetically created the life forms. That's what I did. So now I'm a person. So anyway, and I don't really, and then I'm like, I don't really care. I'm retired, so you guys are crazy. I did all kinds of stuff, like the Lucifer Star barrels, basically, all kinds of barrels and twisting them. You take a barrel and you fold the metal over and over and over and over and over and over, around, and then you take it and you squish it together and then you twist it, and then as the bullet goes down, the metal, even though the barrel is smooth, the bullet still twists as it goes down because there's it's like the grain of a piece of wood, of a tree, and so it twists as it goes, and even though it's a smooth barrel, because you can do rifling, but that decreases the velocity by a little bit. We used to rifle the bullets instead because it's easier to make a rifled bullet than it is to make a rifled barrel because it's a little hard to do that. Anyway, though, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's all just kind of silly stuff. But and Damascus steel kind of helped with that and stuff like that. I mean, there's all kinds of different metallurgy and foundry kind of techniques, and we played around with it for a couple hundred years or 1,000 years. So some of my barrels were some of the best of their kind. Anyway, Brady was Ronnie Brady used to go and steal all kinds of trucks, and basically was one of those trucker guy, one of those guys that supposedly owned a trucking company but didn't really own a trucking company because they stole all their trucks. So anyway, and here's a problem for a lot of different people. A lot of assassinations, a lot of other stuff. They couldn't really pin it on him necessarily because he used his family, and his family pretty much almost went to jail or did go to jail, over it because he was doing all this stuff, and basically a lot of gang members, a lot of other stuff would come to really not like him. Plus, he sold substandard weapons a lot, and all kinds of stuff. And he was he was one of those people that would take people out before they were a problem. Anyway, whatever. He's a crazy. He was a guy. He believes in basically a gun gives you a right to do whatever you want, pretty much, especially in other countries. So anyway, yeah, I don't really care. That's his deal. That's what he decided to do with his life. And around 19 whatever, he was going to go to prison or be killed, and he had to ask for protection or whatever, or something like that in exchange for information or something like that. And I don't really know. I don't really care. Like, I wouldn't buy guns from. I wouldn't even deal with him personally because he's one of those people that if you tell him what you got, you're probably going to get robbed. So I mean, he's the reason why we manufacture our own guns and don't buy from people. If you don't make your own gun, you shouldn't use someone else's gun. It's probably going to blow up in your face. So anyway, yeah, and he supposedly runs around saying that he invented the first blah blah blah, or he invented the technique for making hardened steel to make hardened steel barrels. None of it's true, of course. It's all a lie. But whatever. Anyway, though, I kind of, I mean, all of us great inventors or all of us great people, and we you kind of get to know these people over the years, as the people that are around you, because I mean, I'm Lusifer Star of Lusifer Star Lines, well, White Star Lines. So I'd get to know these people, unfortunately, somewhat. It's like I didn't really intentionally want to know these people, but I ended up knowing these people. Mostly because they felt like they were in competition with me, and it's like, you're crazy. I'm your creator. I'm Lusifer Star, the genetic creator that created life forms and figured out particle creation and created stars and galaxies and stuff. And I'm not and I'm retired, so take your craziness and go home. Basically because I invented trucks and engines and stuff like that and metallurgies and stuff like that. So a lot of these people, I was the guy to steal from. But I mean, it's like, well, I own whole star systems, and solar systems and star systems and galaxies and stuff like that. I mean, I worked on them anyway. So, you create places for life forms to be. Earth and other star systems are one of those things. I had exoskeletons, and most people consider me like an alien commander, but it's like, I'm just kind of like, I create life forms. The life forms help me do stuff. Just like humans. So, I was very much over the situation, and over the situation because like I was over everyone, and kind of like just over it because like it was thousands of millions of years ago when I was protecting everyone, making sure that life was good, making sure that humans and Earth had enough water, and doing all this other stuff. And I cruised through space like crazy, and generally my life forms loved me and wanted to kick it next to me or be next to me because it's like, I'm the one who actually did the genetic work to make you who you are and make you feel all your feelings, everything about you. So I mean, it's like whatever, I mean, it was a long time ago. I did it. I gave lots of tests, and humanity seemed to be a valid life form type. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I guess this is the way it's just going to be. So free will, free choice. And later on, I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm just over it. I mean, it's been billions or trillions of years, so. And a lot of these people finally got to know who I was because, they finally tracked me back enough that it's like, oh yeah, well, you do have a creator. It's me, Lusifer Star. That's why there's stars and stripes and everything else. Anyway, a lot of people would come and try and attack me and kill me, but I mean, it's like, well, that's just kind of crazy, but whatever. I'm basically like God or something, or creator, So a lot of people wanted to take my place or pretend like they're me. It's like, no, you're not. There's only one me, and I'm me, and this is the way I look, and stuff like that. So whatever. Anyway, they were trying to hide it or cover it up or keep people from knowing who I was. And it's like, well, you get to deal with your own craziness. That's called free will. Some people made their free will choices, and whatever. Anyway, I'm just the one who created that whole theory of the government and everything else. And star barrels and all kinds of cool stuff. I'm the reason why there's stars in the world. That's why stars are used, because I wanted to commemorate my name, Star, Lusifer Star. So anyway, I felt like I was a pretty great life form, and I did lots of stuff, and my life form felt like I was pretty great too. So, anyway, whatever. You know, that's just the way it is. Most people would call me crazy, but they're kind of like the crazy ones, not me. And I'm just like, whatever. Can I die now? You know.